Hello everyone and welcome back to another Hell Knighthood boss. This week is the worst Knighthood boss in the game, the Canopus, but don't worry because we've got a saviour, that being Skuld and King of Diane. Because last time when we had to use fairies we didn't have King of Diane, but now we have King of Diane, so it is much easier. This setup is pretty easy. You sort of want to go first. We've got Skadi with HP defense, you've got Skuld with HP defense, and you've got King of Diane with HP defense, as you can tell by their absurdly high HP. For the card set, we are just going with increase applicable allies' basic stats by 7% and decrease damage taken from AoE skills by 10%, mainly for the basic stat boost. We're running HP food because we want to go first. If you don't have to run food, fair enough. If you do want to run food, CC food is also fine. Don't really need the HP food, it's kind of overkill. You can also run this team as a 4-man team if you, let's just say, just want to do it as a 4-man team instead of a 3-man team. You can just run Blue Matrona preferably, and it's basically the exact same thing I'm about to do here. But yeah, this is a very easy boss. I don't need to edit my team or anything. As long as you go first, it's pretty easy. If you go second, it's not really hard either. I just prefer to go first so I can at least waste a few skills I just don't need. Ready for the second phase. But yeah, this is... The more I've used Skuld, the more I've realised how broken she truly is. I've used her on Deer Floor 4. Oh my god, it is just generally... It's just heaven. Because the amount of damage she does is very minuscule, but it's enough to take it sometimes over a damage cap, or into a bit where I can kill it with another skill, which is really handy and really useful. And you can use it for you can use it actually against one gimmick, but if you use it against another gimmick, it completely screws you over. Which is something I was sort of learning yesterday, and I wasn't making notes of it, but I sort of got a mental note in my head of what to talk about, because of course I want to make a video on it, because she's actually really good for it. And you know, you don't need Yorm, because Yorm's okay, she's just a little bit iffy sometimes, I'm not even gonna lie. Damage isn't really there. Her ultimate's okay, but that's really all she's got going for her. The rank up and the cleanse is not really needed. The cleanse tier's got that, green tier's got that. And then, yeah, it's not really needed. Thank you, Skuld. It can go after whoever it wants to go after. It's going to take 3 hits to kill, which is fine. That's not corrosion, is it? No, it's bleed. Okay. Even if it doesn't kill here, it's actually still quite good. What is this? Is this corrosion? It's bleed again. Bleed again. Okay, cool. We can actually remove the debuff here, and we will get some stats off it. I'm going to waste the counter because I don't actually need the counter again. We'll do this, and then I'll play the Skuld skill just because it is quite overkill. And I just kind of want to get rid of it at this point. Not bad. So as you see, it's not doing too much damage. I'll use it next phase, and you'll see how much damage it can truly do. So the way she works, she does most of her damage comes off remaining HP, but as it's 40% remaining HP, if a damage cap is, let's say, lower than 40%, let's say it's 35%, she can guarantee hit it turn 1. Of course, you know, the more skills you use, the more inaccurate it's going to be, but also by then you'll get more buffs, and you may actually naturally be able to hit the marker anyway with the additional help. Because I can do something like this. That won't kill it, it will take it quite low, but it won't kill it, and I can do that. So this will do a lot. This will do probably close to 50% of its health. Yeah, nearly dot on 50%. And then this will do a little bit less. There we go. Which is quite good. That's what you want. And King of Diane can do a little bit of damage here. Next time we can pop the King of Diane buff. Play a few Skadi skills if we need to cleanse up, because Skadi just loves to pull skills. Which is handy. And also, the AoE skills are actually pretty good because they increase our crit damage by, I believe, 20% per debuff we remove. So if I do this, I do this. Oh, I need to cleanse up first. There we go. I know it removes the debuffs and makes using these AoEs completely pointless, but I'm going to do it anyway. So Skadi's actually pretty good. If you don't have green, blue's fine, red's fine, it doesn't really matter. I just went with green for the fact of she increases attack related stats. That is it. Make King Diane do a little bit more. Blue's also quite good. She increases all stats by 5% per person, so you're only missing out on like 6% attack related stats. But yeah, once again, actually a really easy boss this week. They have 13,000 points, 3 characters. If you're running a 4-man team, you're more likely looking at just over 9,000 points, which is the reason why I switched to the 3-man team, just so it's a little bit higher. It looks a little bit better for the video as well. But yeah, if not, 3-man team is pretty easy. If you don't want to use the Skadi, you can just use a Matrona. Blue Matrona is going to be your best bet because she, especially if you have her relic, it's a 50% basic stat boost, which is crazy by the way. 50%. Yeah, we'll switch to 4-man now for the rest of these because none of these require 3-man, and Skuld can just 1-tap them if need be. Which is good, and that's what I like about her, is that she's extremely powerful and broken. Because that's sort of what we needed. I'm not like Giant sort of needed like a decent another Festal. It doesn't really make sense in my opinion why she's a Giant, but I'm not going to complain. It makes the team good, so I've got nothing to really complain about here. Stats of everyone is looking pretty good. Nearly 1.5 million health casually. Yeah, when I put the King of Dian buff as well, they're going to get some more. So now they are rocking 90,000 attack, which is actually really good. I'll try and save the skull skills for next turn. Okay, I completely forgot the difference in difficulty between Hell and Extreme is extreme. So, yeah, I did not know she was going to do that much. Anyway, it's probably going to die to this. If not, I'll just play the King of Dian skill. There we go. And damage. She kills. There we go. Not bad. The reason I rock her HP defense, once again, like I said, a lot of her damage does come from either her counter, which doesn't really need attack crit for, it's kind of overkill, or her remaining damage, her remaining HP skill, which isn't... It's fine, to be honest. I've got no problem with it. She sort of feels like she's like Cusack. Cusack has like increased HP, right? Which is decent to a degree, but then you've got certain content where they don't have increased HP, they've just got their flat HP percent. Sort of like on the new Hall of Warriors game mode, the enemies don't have additional health. So a character like Cusack is only really useful for the basic stats and the damage reduction, where Skull can do the sort of crazy damage still, because it's remaining health and not increased to max HP, 80% of their increased to max HP. Which is, it's honestly a W. And I feel like Giants need something like this. Of course, she also works for Ragnarok as well, which she's very good for. You know, we've got Thor, we've got Hel, we've got Brynhild. You know, we've got so many good Ragnarok characters, and she just adds to that roster, which is quite nice. It also means she's really good for Deer as well, which I will have a video on next week covering that. But yeah, that should be... I'm hoping that's 6,000 points now. I haven't really been paying attention, to be honest. I've just been sort of talking. And, yeah, there's 6,000 points, and there is 9,000 points. Super easy this week, of course it is Canopus, so it could quite easily get quite hard or quite irritating. And if that does happen, we've got a quite good selection of characters now. You know, we've got Elar, Helbrum as well, so we should be all good. Anyway, thank you for watching, hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.